In this video, I'm going to show you how to connect your on-premise Active Directory to Microsoft Office 365 or to Azure Active Directory using Azure AD Connect. So the scenario that I have a Windows server running Active Directory. I have about 6 users that I have created. Most of these users and groups that you see here are built into Active Directory. And so what I want to do, I want to synchronize my on-premise Active Directory to Office 365 or Microsoft 365. Okay, so this is my tenant. This is my Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And as you can see, I have already synced some of these users. If I scroll all the way to the right here, notice that under the sync status column, some of these users have been synced from an on-premise Active Directory, and some of these users have been created in the cloud. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to synchronize the remainder users on my Active Directory environment. So let me go back into this is Windows 11. This is a computer that I have joined to the domain, and what I'm going to do before installing Azure Active Directory, I want to install IdFix. And IdFix is a tool that is going to allow me to detect any errors in my Active Directory environment. So it's going to detect duplicate objects and any errors that might exist in my Active Directory. So I have opened the browser here and I search for IdFix install, and I'm going to click on this link, which is Microsoft GitHub IO. And next I'm going to click on the setup.exe file in order to download it. And this is going to download the file. And notice that some of the requirements in order to run IdFix is that you have to have a Microsoft.NET Framework 4.5 or later. You have to have at least 4 gigs of RAM in your computer and at least 2 gigs of storage space on your hard drive. Also, the computer needs to be a joined computer to a domain, and the user account that you're going to use in order to run IdFix, it needs to have a read and write access to the Active Directory. So those are the requirements. Let me go ahead and open the file manager or the file explorer, and I'm going to go into the download section, and I'm going to double click on the setup.exe file, and this is going to run IdFix. Okay, I'm going to click OK, and IdFix is now running. I'm going to click on the gear icon and click on settings. I want to make sure that it has detected my Active Directory domain, which is in this case is jvsoho.local, and is using the current credentials. The credentials that I'm using in order to run IdFix is the Active Directory, is the domain administrator account. Okay, so I'm going to close out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and click on query. Okay, go ahead, click yes. And as you can see, if you take a look here at the bottom, it says total error count 5. And it basically detected the error is that it's giving me an error about the top level domain. And obviously my top level domain is jvsoho.local, which is a domain that is non-existing on the internet. It's a non-routable domain name. So that is the error basically that is giving me. So once that's done, I'm going to head over to my Windows server, and I want to open the browser. If you're doing this in a live environment, you should not browse the internet on a server. So I'm doing this because this is a lab environment. This is a test, a virtual machine. And so I'm going to search for Azure AD Connect download, and I'm going to click on the Microsoft link. scroll down and click download. This is Azure AD Connect version 2. Click on download. I have already downloaded and placed it on my desktop. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to double click on Azure AD. And this is going to start the installation wizard. All right, so you are greeted with the welcome to Azure AD section. I'm going to click on the agree to license agreement, license terms, and click continue. Notice that Azure AD has an express setting mode. Using the express setting mode is extremely convenient because it has already detected all the settings for your specific environment. But it has one caveat, and that is that you have to have less than 100,000 objects in your Active Directory environment. Next, let's go ahead and run a PowerShell command that is going to tell me how many objects do I have inside my Active Directory. So I'm going to start PowerShell. I'm going to head over to the start menu, and I'm going to type PowerShell and press enter. And I have already the command here, and I'm going to right click, and that is going to paste the command. And as you can see, I have 261 objects in my Active Directory. I'm going to go back into Azure AD Connect, and I'm going to click on use express setting. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to enter my Azure Active Directory username. This is a username that has administrator rights on my tenant, my Azure AD tenant. So I'm going to enter here. I'm going to say, all right, so next what I need to do, I need to enter the credentials for my Active Directory on-premise Active Directory domain. All right, so that is in the form of domain name, username. So I'm going to say JV Soho .local, and then administrator, followed by the password. I'm going to go ahead and click next, and it detected the Active Directory domain. It says that to use on-premise credentials for Azure AD sign-in, UPN suffixes should match one of the verified custom domain name in Azure AD. That is not a problem. This is a test environment, but basically it's telling me that the UPN, which is the domain name, should match the Azure Active Directory tenant. So I'm going to go ahead and click here at the bottom that says continue without matching all UPN suffixes, and click next. And finally, go ahead and click install. And notice that these are the steps that we're going to perform. Install the synchronization engine, configure Azure AD Connect, configure the JV Soho connector, enable password hash synchronization, and enable auto upgrade. It's worth mentioning that this is a one-way synchronization in which the objects in my on-premise Active Directory are going to get synchronized, or are going to get written or created in my Azure Active Directory. But objects created in Azure Active Directory will not be synchronized with my on-premise Active Directory. So I'm going to go ahead and click install. And this should take a while depending on the number of objects that you have in your Active Directory. But after a few minutes, if you go to your Office 365 or your Microsoft 365 Admin Center, you should be able to see all the users on your on-premise Active Directory here in Microsoft 365. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.